The tribute for the late Honorable Romeo M. Acop will now commence. We gather today to honor the life and service of Honorable Acop, a public servant whose long and distinguished career in Congress was marked by integrity, courage, and unwavering dedication to the Filipino people. Representing Antipolos 2nd District, Honorable Acop served as a member of the House of Representatives during the 15th, 16th, 17th Congress 2010 to 2019 and returned to public service in the 19th and 20th Congress, December 2022-2025, bringing with him experience, discipline, and a deep sense of duty. Throughout his legislative tenure, he authored and co-authored more than 60 measures advancing public safety, good governance, social protection, and economic development. Among them are the GOCC Governance Act, the Cybercrime Prevention Act, the Domestic Workers Act, Batas Kasambahay, laws expanding PhilHealth coverage for senior citizens, strengthening micro, small, and medium enterprises, and protecting whistleblowers. He impaired lawmaking with vigilant oversight, field resolutions that examined national security issues, police modernization and procurement irregularities, and served as a respected vice chairperson and leader of the Quad Committee, where he helped uphold accountability throughout high-profile inquiries in aid of legislation. Remembered for his principled service, respect for due process, and ethical leadership. Representative Acop earned the esteem of colleagues across the political spectrum and the gratitude of those he mentored. His legacy endures in the laws he helped shape, the institution he strengthened, and the example of public service he left behind. The Secretary General will now read the order of proceedings.
Order proceedings for the memorial service for the late Honorable Romeo M. Acop. Eulogy by the Deputy Speaker Rolando V. Puno, representative of the 1st Legislative District of Antipolo in the 13th and 20th Congresses.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, Boji D, in behalf of NUP and all of us here today, we thank you for this necrological service that we are holding today for our beloved Congressman Romy Akop. From all the members of the National Unity Party, we extend our most sincere condolences to the family. We know this is a really difficult time for all of us. In these hallowed halls of Congress, the House of the People, this is a very sad day for all of us. It's hard to put into words everything that we think and we feel now in the aftermath of everything that has happened. We have been with Congressman Romy for so long. It does not feel right that he is not with us here today. I met Kong Romy when he was a general in the Philippine National Police. You know, in the Philippine National Police, when I entered as Department Secretary way back in the time of President Estrada, the name Akop was very highly respected. There are names in the Philippine National Police that are remembered for many, many years. The name Akop is like a gem to the Philippine National Police. There were two generals then, and they both worked with then Chief PNP Panfilo Lacson. All of us knew then, as we know now, if you worked for Senator Lacson or Chief PNP Lacson before, you needed to be the best. You could not be just anyone. You had to be strong. You had to be above your peers. You had to be somebody admired by all. And that was the reputation of the name Akop during that time. And I pay my respects also to General Ray Akop, who is here with us today, who is the other General Akop that I was referring to. I really worked with him a bit when he became director for the controllership. So if here in Congress we wonder why Romy Akop speaks with the expertise of a true finance man, it's because he was. He actually herded the budgets of the Philippine National Police during a time of great revival. Prior to his time, the budgets of the Philippine National Police were all concentrated, like all military commands, in the central offices. But then Chief PNP Panfilo Lacson and he decided to actually go down to the regions, to decentralize the control of the funds of the Philippine National Police. As you all know, it was probably a very challenging decision, a difficult one, but one that was implemented with great efficiency, accuracy, not too much fanfare, but that has resulted in serious change in the organization of the Philippine National Police. Few will recognize that General Romy Akop was the one that worked directly with Chief PNP Lacson then to effect this reform and this change. During the times that we were there, he was always very punctual, regular, soft-spoken, humble, but always efficient and always ready for every conversation we were going to have. It was a real pleasure and an honor to work with him. And so it was when 2010 came and I had decided then to leave public service. Romy decided to re-enter public service in a different venue. And he told me that he was going to run for Congress. I was very happily surprised by his decision. I had been congressman in Antipolo in the 13th Congress. And I had known that he was in Antipolo, not mainly because of himself, but because of his spouse, Doctora Resurrection Acop. In Antipolo, we have a saying, alagang Acop. And that says a lot. You know, you talk to anybody in Antipolo, dito, yung mga taga-Antipolo natin na nandito, alam niyo lahat ito. Doctora Sion Acop was the Florence Nightingale of Antipolo. She was really the first pediatrician who dedicated her service to the city. And there's almost every family in Antipolo can voice a debt of gratitude to her because at one point or another, she touched their lives. She made them feel important. She made them healthy. So when Kong Romy said that he was going to run, I said, panalo ka na pare. You know, yung akop nyo sa second district yan, walang lalaban dyan. And he was just laughing because, you know, he was an outsider. He was going against the nephew of the former mayor, former congressman, my colleague, Congressman Vic Sumulong, our mayor too. So, you know, people did not really think that he had such a big chance to win. Of course, there was always the knowledge that his wife was beside him. But I think more than that, the reason that he won in a major way is because he was a true organization man. And today, until today, I will tell you that tayo mga congressmen, Kong Romy Acop's organization in Antipolo is different from any of ours. Because all of his followers rely 100% on him alone. They view no other authority as their leader. It is only Kong Romy Acop that they view as their leader. And of course, in his later years, he shared this responsibility with his oldest child, Bong Acop here, who was a congressman, a councilor for 9 years. He was a 3-term councilor, always winning in a big way. Again, with only the Acop name as his shield. They had no party at the time until Romy joined the NUP. So when he did, it was such a great honor for us, a great thrill, because then we were going to be working together. All of you know how he was as a congressman. He was conscientious. He was always on time and well-studied in everything that he was doing. He was a quiet person. If you've been here 9 years with him, you would not think that there were many loud moments when you saw him pass by. But he was always an important feature and an important fixture here in Congress. All congressmen will tell you that. After his 3rd term, his spouse, Congressman Sion, took over. And it's a sad day today, especially because this is the first time, I think, in our history when we have 2 congressmen who were married to one another, who both died in office while in the service of Congress and the districts that voted them in. It's a very rare time when we see public servants like this, where public service is a family tradition, not a profession, where public service is a sacrifice, not a privilege. So there's not much one can add to the life that Congressman Romy has lived, except to say that it is a real honor to be able to survive and live in the same time as him, because we see a model of what a man should be. We see a model of what a public servant can become. And we have a standard to which we must all live up. I say this in great sincerity, no? They have a legacy that have left, the Acop congressmen and congresswoman, in Antipolo and everywhere else. I think that legacy needs to be preserved. I think the memory of the way they served the people, the way they cared for everyone, needs to be brought forward. I think that this kind of example is something that we must continue to have in front of us and available to the children around us so that our society will be a better place to live in. And so I challenge, I ask, I implore the children of Kong Romy, Bong, Doc, they're all doctors by the way, Doc Rina and Doc Carla. You need to continue the tradition that your parents have started. You need to keep this spirit alive, not just in Antipolo, but also here in Congress, where you can share what you know about the service that your parents have shared and shown in front of everyone. Theirs is an example that we all need to see. Continuing their tradition is an important thing. And I challenge you to do this. I think that there is much more to be done, not just in your district, in our city, and certainly in our country. So I hope that you will continue what they both did, to serve the health needs of our community, to lead the people that they have led. And in that way, make Antipolo a better place, make Congress a more honorable place, and make our country a better place. Again, Kong Romy, we've known each other a long time. He never called me Ronnie by my name. It was always sir. And I would always say, "Parang mas matanda ka sa akin, ba't sinisir mo ko?" But that's the kind of person he was. That was the relationship we had at the start. That's the relationship we had at the end. Even if I never felt that I was, in any way better than him. In fact, I always told him, mas maraming alam sa akin, pare. Ikaw, bugado ka, ako hindi. But, that's just what he was. You always feel important when you are with him. You always feel good about the future when you talk to him, in spite of everything that we see. So, again, I hope that this tradition will not be lost. I hope that the AKOP name will continue to fly in Antipolo and fly high. And if you do this, Doc Bong and his sisters, I promise you, I will be with you. And I will help you in any way I can, even if I belong to the other district. And I will do everything I can in my power to make the district that I serve as happy as the district that you serve. Thank you.
Eulogy by the Honorable Bienvenido M. Abante Jr., representative of the 6th Legislative District of Manila in the 13th, 14th, 19th, and 20th Congresses.
Our dear Speaker, our chairman of the party that we belong to, with Congressman Akop, my dear colleagues, and the loved ones of our dear Congressman, at lahat po sa ating mga kababayan. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. I only had a brief close encounter with Congressman Akop during the Quadcom hearings. And I begin to realize that now that he is gone, I felt like I'm left alone. If ever again we're going to have the Quadcom hearings. Ako na lang po, isa po ako sa naiiwang veterano na congressman dito. Kasama ko si Congressman Alvarez, ayan, mas matanda sa akin yan. At wala na rin si Congressman Base Barbers, wala na si Congressman Dan Fernandez, wala na si Congressman Carapaduano. Alright. Ako na lang po naiiwan. Kaya ako po palaging tinitira, sila hindi na masyado. Alright. Pero alam nyo, mamimiss po namin talaga si Congressman Akop. Malungkot po kami lahat because of what happened. But in Micah, the book of Micah in the Old Testament, chapter 6 and verse number 8. The Lord tells us, and I quote, "He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God." End of quote. We gathered today with heavy hearts, but also with deep gratitude, as we remembered the life, service, and courage of our colleague and friend, Congressman Romeo Acop, of the 2nd District of Antipolo. I remember him always inviting me to play golf with him in Antipolo, but I was not able to, Before he got sick, I told him, we're going to play golf. Well, I guess we have to play golf up in heaven after so many months, di ba? Scripture, what I read today, reminds us that a good life is not measured by power or position, but by justice, mercy, and humility. These are not abstract virtues. They are lived out in difficult choices, tested in moments of pressure, and proven when doing what is right comes at a personal cost. This is how I remember Romeo Acop. To many, he was a legislator, a former police general, and a public servant with decades of experience under his belt. To us, especially those of us in the Quad Committee, he was a principled partner, a steady presence, and a man who never forgot why we were there. In our pursuit of truth and accountability, Representative Acop consistently stood on the side of justice. He never treated our hearings as mere political exercises or procedural obligations. He understood that behind every testimony and every record were real people, victims whose voices we were duty-bound to hear and whose dignity we were sworn to uphold. In the most crucial moments of our hearings, he displayed courage, clarity, and conviction. He was firm when firmness was required and fair when fairness was needed. He listened carefully, weighed evidence thoughtfully, and spoke with purpose. He believed deeply that public office is a trust, one that must always be exercised with integrity and with respect for human rights. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that, and I quote, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice." End of quote. But that art does not bend by itself. It bends because of the courage and conscience of upright men and women who are willing to stand for what is right, who are willing to fight for what is just. Kasama po dito si Representative Romeo Acop. He was feared by those who had something to hide because he could not be intimidated and would not look the other way. He was respected by us, his colleagues, because he did his homework, spoke with authority, and stood by his beliefs. And he was loved by those who worked closely with him, because beneath the sometimes harsh exterior was a man guided by a genuine concern for our people. This we cannot deny. Representative Acop did not seek to dominate a room, but when he spoke, people listened. What set our dear colleague apart was not the volume of his voice, nor the spectacle he made, but his reliable steadiness. In an environment where it is often easier to yield to the politics of convenience, he chose principle. He stood up for accountability, not for recognition, but because it was the right thing to do. His commitment to justice was quiet, consistent, and steadfast. To his family, we recognize that behind the public servant was a husband, a father, and a loved one whose sacrifices were shared at home. We honor not only his service to the nation, but also the love and support that sustained him throughout his years in public life. To his constituents, you entrusted him with your voice and your confidence. He served you, tulad po na nabanggit ni Congressman Ronnie Puno, with seriousness of purpose and fidelity to his oath. And to us, his colleagues, he leaves behind an example, a reminder that even in the most difficult and contentious work, it is possible to act with dignity, conscience, and faith. We honor Representative Romeo Acop not only by remembering him, but by continuing the work he believed in, the pursuit of truth, the defense of human dignity, and the conviction that justice, though hard fought, is always worth fighting for. Our deepest sympathies go to his family, his loved ones, at ang kanyang mga kababayan sa Antipolo. May we honor his memory by remaining faithful to the principles he lived and served by. Maraming salamat po. Paalam, my good friend. Thank you.
Eulogy by the Honorable Joseph Stephen Caraps S. Paduano, former Minority Leader and former Representative of the Abang Lingkod Party List in the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th Congresses, and Legislative Caretaker of the 3rd Legislative District of Negros Occidental during the 19th Congress.
Speaker of the GT, to the members of the 28th Congress, former colleagues, family and friends of Chairman Romeo Oka Acop, allow me to read my speech for the passing of Chairman Acop para po matapos ko po yung pagbabasa. But before I proceed, let me just second the motion being made by the Honorable Congressman Puno that the legacy, the name and the legacy of Chairman Acop should continue in Antipolo City. Allow me to second that motion, sir. Now, today, we gather in mourning, yet with immense gratitude as we honor the life, the service, and memory of our dear colleague, a friend and brother in public service. Representative Romeo Makosi Acop, or as we fondly call him, Chairman Acop, General Manong Romy Congressman Acop and Poca as a cavalier. Sa mga ganitong pagkakataon po, napapatunayan na higit sa serbisyo, tagumpay at posisyon, lubos pa ring nanaig sa huli ang mga nabubuong samahan, kapiling ang mga taong higit nagpapahalaga sa atin. Let me begin by saying that Chairman Romy was truly my idol. Professionally, he was one of the members on this chamber who I always look up to with a deep sense of respect, admiration. My journey here in Congress began about 12 years ago during the 16th Congress, at dito ko rin unang nakilala si Chairman Romy. I can still vividly remember the first time I worked with him during a congressional hearing conducted by the Committee on Public Order and Safety under the then chairperson, Representative Chairman Paul Batawil. As a neophyte congressman at the time, it was there that I learned the foundation of investigation, public order, peace, and security issues. Chairman Romy was part of that environment that shaped me through his example, his discipline, and his respect for the institution. We journeyed together from the 16th and 17th Congresses until he completed his term in 2019. We were fortunate to serve together again in the 19th Congress. And as they say, the rest was history. We were both elected as chairpersons of the Committee on Public Accounts and Committee on Transportation, respectively. In every committee hearing, Representative Romy or Chairman Acop was a constant presence. In fact, I cannot recall a single instance when he was absent tuwing nagpapatawag po ako ng meeting sa aking committee. He was always there, prepared, focused, and organized. So I will tend to give back the favor by also being present in these committee hearings, trying to emulate Kong Romy's level of discipline. In short, I considered Chairman Romy as my work buddy, working alongside with him in all the hearings, investigations, and deliberations that we were in. He was also a generous classmate. At times, we would voluntarily exchange our notes, data, and other informations, and that includes our witnesses, especially during complex investigations. Our working relationships translated into a bigger role when we were elected as a quantum chairman and vice chairman, respectively. There were several moments when decisions were difficult, pressures were high, and situations were intense. But during those times, I was never alone. When I moved for contempt, I did not stand alone. As Kong Romy was always there to support the motion, albeit not blindly. When tempers flared, he was there to serve as our check, our moral and legal compass, ensuring that there was sufficient basis to hold witnesses accountable for their misdeeds. And whenever it was his turn, I stood with him. That was our partnership. That was our trust. What stood out most about Kong Romy was his unwavering nationalism and patriotism. His love for the country was never performative. It is quiet, steady, and real. He was a firm believer in accountability, integrity, and good governance. He believed that public office is above all a public trust. But more than our professional relationship, my memories with Chairman Romy rest in our personal interactions. We used to play golf early in the mornings in Forest Hills at Dipolo. Those early hours, when conversations flowed freely, unguarded by rules and formality. Sometimes we'll exchange food or share lunch during breaks and hearings. Small moments that may seem ordinary, but now carry so much meaning. Though he was years older than me, age never defined our friendship. We shared common friends, and more importantly, we shared the same values. During long and official travels, we would often ride together, almost and always in Chairman Romy's car. Those journeys filled not just with discussion about work, but with reflections about service, love of country, and responsibility. Throughout the years, camaraderie turned into friendship, and friendship into brotherhood. Indeed, I learned so much from him, not just a colleague, but as a legislator and as a human being. Kong Romy may no longer sit beside us in hearings or ride us on long journeys, but his lessons remain. His example remains. His legacy remains. To his family, lubos po kami nakikidalamhati. Walang hanggang pasasalamat po sa pagbahagi inyo kay Chairman Romy para sa ikakunlad ng bayan. We promise to carry forward the values he lived by and the work he so faithfully pursued. Rest well, Chairman Romy. You have finished your job. You have served your country well. And you will always be remembered not just a colleague, but as a dear friend. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang alala, Chairman Romy Poca Acop. Thank you.
Eulogy by the Honorable Danilo Ramon Dan S. Fernandez, former representative of the 1st Legislative District of Laguna in the 14th, 15th, 16th, 18th Congresses, and as representative of the Lone District of Santa Rosa City in the 19th Congress.
Good morning. Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, families. We mourn the loss of a dear friend, a trusted colleague, and a remarkable human being. His presence brightened every room, and his warm touch all who knew him. From the first day we crossed paths, Romy showed us what it means to bring passion, integrity, and kindness to everything we do. He was more than a co-worker. He was a mentor, a confidant, and a steadfast friend who stood by us with quiet strength and a generous heart. In times of challenge, he offered calm, wisdom, and a steady hand. In times of celebration, he stood with us, sharing our joys and lifting our spirits. His humor, his generosity, and his unwavering loyalty will be missed beyond words. We are grateful for the time we shared, the late brainstorms, the thoughtful notes, the encouragement, and the countless small acts that showed us how deeply he cared. His memory will continue to inspire us to strive for excellence, to be kinder, and to support one another with the same grace he showed every day. Hindi ko malilimutan yung si Romy, especially yung kanyang mga quick wit during long debates. A timely quip, a well-placed question, dahil minsan nagkakainitan, then papasok siya. The calm that followed. He showed us that leadership isn't just about the bold decisions, but about making the journey better for the people beside you. There was a moment in a critical hearing, I remember, when the room was so heavy, and then Romy quietly stepped in with a suggestion that redirected the conversation toward a practical and lawful solution. It wasn't flashy, but it was exactly the kind of leadership he practiced, steady, and always for the public good. Pero meron ako isang pagkakataon na pumitik yan at hindi ko makakalimutan yon. Nag-walk out yan sa hearing kasama si Congressman Acop. We have a lot of disagreement. We have a lot of tense debates. They walk away. They step away. Not stepping away from their duties or responsibilities, but to reflect and have a better alignment for the betterment of our public. Tanda-tanda ko yon dahil even Congressman Roy Loyola called me that night. Sabi niya sa akin, pare, nakausap ko si Romy, tawagan mo, galit na galit sa'yo. Naku pare, hindi ko pwede tawagan yan. Mapuputragis ako niyan, pare. Kaya mo, tatawagan ko din yan after a week. And true enough, after a week, I called him. Sabi ko, bro, pasensya ka na. Sorry. Sabi niya sa akin, putragis ka. Kailan ang hearing natin? Ayan yung mga moment, Bong, na hindi ko makakalimutan. We may have a independent approach on every different thing, but we converge on one objective and one goal for the safety and order of our communities. Bro, ang tawagan namin yan eh. Bro, wala ka na. Putragis ka, hindi mo na kami. Pero, niwala ko yung mga taong nag-wish ng iyong kamatayan, hindi nila alam kung ano yung pinagdaanan. That even in our hearings, you suffered a lot. I still remember, Bong, di ba, that I told him, pare, mag-low carb ka. Bawasan mo yung timbang mo. Because 9 hours, 10 hours of hearings, andun siya, hindi siya umaalis. Nakikipag-debate siya, nakikipag-interpellate siya, and he's contributing a lot. But he never left. Kaya, alam mo, pare, may you rest in peace, bro. And I hope that your family find comfort and strength and power in the legacy of love and friendship that you left behind. Yun lang. Maraming salamat po.
Eulogy by the Honorable Robert S. Barbers, former representative of the 2nd Legislative District of Surigao del Norte in the 11th, 12th, 13th, 17th, and 19th Congresses.
Sa ating speaker, sa ating pong mga membro ng mababang kapulungan, sa lahat po na nagmamahal kay Congressman Romeo Acop na nasasakupan niya sa ikalawang distrito ng Antipolo, sa lahat po ng kaibigan, mga mahal sa buhay, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. I tried as much as possible to deliver a eulogy for a good friend without actually reading my notes. But last night, I found it very hard to start even the first sentence of this eulogy. Malapit po ako kay Kong Romy at dahil po dyan, gusto ko po sanang isulat lahat ng gusto kong sabihin at pwede kong sabihin even for the last time para sa aking isang kaibigan. We are gathered here today with heavy hearts to honor the life of someone who was not only a dependable colleague that we respected, but a true friend that we genuinely cared for. Kong Romy, welcome back to the House of Representatives. My dear friend, my dear colleague, my mentor, Honorable Romeo Acop. I had a brief encounter with Kong Romy. In fact, nagkasama kami sa dalawang kongreso. And in those two congresses that we were together, during the 19th Congress, when I was the chairman of the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, si Kong Romy was my vice chair. He was my able wingman, and he made my job as a chairman of this committee a lot easier. In the controversial investigations in aid of legislation that we undertook involving billions upon billions in shabu smuggling, particularly the metal cylinders and magnetic lifters, Kong Romy was a dependable force, being a veteran police investigator and a lawyer. His incisive analysis and scathing questioning inevitably brought out the truth in those inquiries. He always had the leads, the intelligence information, and the tips. He would just keep quiet and observe. Then, when it was his turn to grill the resource persons, the brilliant lawyer in him takes over and elicits just the needed information. He was cool. He was deliberate, fair, but firm demeanor. That was Kong Romy. He was also calculating, unflinching, and fearless. I consider myself lucky having spent time with him for these past two congresses. I learned a lot from him. The strategy, the patience, the coldness, and the brilliant timings when questions are being asked. It was during the last Congress, the 19th Congress, when we worked together in the now historic Quad Committee, where four top committees were banded together to look into, in aid of legislation, alleged commission of heinous crimes by high government officials, more particularly drug smuggling and distribution, protection of drug lords, the extrajudicial killings, the proliferation of illegal pogos that serve as vehicles in committing more crimes, the accommodation of Chinese nationals who were given fake documentations by complicit government agencies and officials, enabling them to perpetuate their criminal activities and enterprise in this country. Of the 4 committees assembled to form the Quad Committee, Kong Romy was providentially the only member who was vice chairman in all of the 4 committees. Thus, it became unanimous that all chairmen chose him to be the overall vice chair of this Quad Committee. During this time, the House of Representatives enjoyed the highest trust ratings as reflected in the tally sheets of the respectable survey firms that conducted their surveys. The credibility and integrity of the members who participated in those inquiries carried not only the Quadcom, but the whole House of Representatives in winning the trust of the people. Kong Romy was a pillar of the Quadcom. His turn to display his usual fair and firm demeanor and brilliance was a much-awaited portion in the entire proceedings. Fearless but objective, respectful yet uncompromising, always open to ideas to find the truth, sometimes fatherly soft, sometimes fatherly strict. He studied every detail, every word uttered, and reserved his judgment to himself. To sum it all up, Kong Romy is a complete legislator. He actively took part in the committee hearings. He thoroughly studied the resulting legislations and actively participated to have them all passed. Truly honorable. The fact that he was unopposed in his district meant that he served his constituents well. And he never lost an election in his district. Indeed, Kong Romy Akop is a big loss to the country. His death has deprived us of one qualified, competent, credible, and honorable public servant. His accomplishments speak for themselves and will stand the test of time. As to his bashers, I say, good luck to you. You will get nowhere near the larger-than-life brand of public service and accomplishments of Kong Romy Akop. With your gutter language, you have doomed yourselves. Allow me to take this opportunity to defend my friend against those who see his death as punishment for his alleged sins. My friends, as we all know, it is the will of our Creator that we shall all die. Regardless whether we are sinners or saints, only Jesus conquered the death for He is God. Nasa ating kultura na hindi dapat natin inaalipusta o niyuyurakan ang alaala ng isang yumao, kahit na ano pa siya sa paningin natin. Ang ganong katangian ay pagpapakita ng isang magandang pag-uugali ng isang respektableng Pilipino. Kabilin-bilinan nga ng ating mga matatanda na kung wala ka rin lang magandang sasabihin, mas mabuti pang huwag ka na lang magsalita. Lalo na siguro kung ang mga sinasabi ninyo ay puro haka-haka lamang at walang matibay na basihan. Napapahiya po ang ating mga magulang na parang hindi tayo napalaki ng maayos at tama. Sa lahat po ng sumisira ng alaala ni Kong Romy, isa lamang po ang masasabi ko. Hindi po tama ang inyong ginagawa. Hindi po maka-Pilipino ang inyong ginagawa. And as you continue to as you continue crossing the bounds of decency, you have revealed your true selves. In judging Kong Akop, you have allowed yourselves to be judged. You speak evil as if you are holy. Death is the great leveler. It is the last step towards our ultimate destination, either eternal happiness in heaven, in the company of our Lord, or be declared in contempt to suffer eternal damnation in hell in the company of him who was damned. Kong Romy, my friend, my mentor, rest now and enjoy your eternal happiness in the company of our Lord in heaven. To the family, rejoice that Kong Romy is now in the warm embrace of our Creator. I offer my deepest sympathies and condolences to the Acop family. Sa lahat po na nagmamahal kay Kong Romy, kasama na rin po kaming mga kasamahan niya dito sa Kongreso. Hindi po namin makakalimutan si Kong Romy. Paalam, Kong Romy, isa kang mabuting anak, kapatid, ama, lolo, at isang tunay na kaibigan. Kong Romy, till we meet again. Maraming salamat po.
Eulogy by the Honorable Leopoldo Paul N. Batawil, former representative of the 2nd Legislative District of Pangasinan in the 15th, 16th, and 17th Congresses, to be delivered by Dr. Carla Marie Acop, daughter of Representative Acop.
Good morning. Allow me to read the eulogy of Congressman Batawil. I am former Congressman and former Mayor Leopoldo N. Batawil, one of the closest colleagues of our dear Manong Romy. We both started our public services as congressmen in 2010. We served Congress for 3 terms. We were both unopposed in our last term, 2016. Each time you would hold committee hearings on public order and safety, the underclassmen in service would ask me, "Sir, paano naging congressman yan? Ang magan-magan niya," which meant very strict. Siya kasi yung tipong iniiwasan na masalubong sa hallway ng Camp Crame. Kasi kahit na snappy ka, proper haircut, shaved, pressed uniform, sparkling metal buckle, shined shoes, mahahanapan ka pa rin niya ng offense. So I would usually relate to Congressman Romy, "Sir, meron tanong mga underclass. Paano ka nananalo? Ang sungit mo naman. Hindi ka pa taga-Antipolo." He would smilingly say, "Alam mo, Paul, the power of the handshake makes a big difference." I believed him as confirmed lately by Dr. Bong, his son. Manong Romy would sincerely shake the hands of the voter, ensuring that he was felt to the bones, especially during the campaign. True enough, during election time, he would always win. But actually, aside from the best experience, alam namin kung bakit siya nananalo. Here's the open secret. One time, a patient at the RHU of Antipolo asked Dr. Sean Acop, the late wife and former congresswoman of the same district of Antipolo, "Sino po yung Acop na yan na tumatakbong congressman?" Dr. Acop would casually and modestly say, "Husband ko po yan." The rest is history. I have more to share, but lest we forget, this man is our role model of discipline, dedication, love of country, family, and more. Kami ni former Congressman Samuel Pagdilao, Congressman Ace Asidillo, Congressman Gary Alejano, and many more amongst us idolize him as he is more than a big brother to us. We love him for many good reasons that helped us what we are today. From former Congressman Leopoldo N. Batawil, 15th, 16th, and 17th Congress.
Eulogy by the Honorable Speaker Faustino Boji GD III, Representative of the 3rd Legislative District of Isabela in the 12th, 13th, and 14th Congresses, and 6th Legislative District of Isabela in the 20th Congress.
Ay, magsupo po tayo. Mga ginagalang kong kasamahan sa kapulungan ng mga kinatawan, mga kawani ng House of Representatives, mga kaibigan, at higit sa lahat, ang minamahal na pamilya ng yumaong kagalang-galang Romeo Acop. Nagtipon po tayo ngayon not only to mourn, but to remember with gratitude a life that was lived with purpose, integrity, and love for country. Damang-dama po natin ang bigat ng katahimikan dito sa bulwagang ito. We feel this loss deeply, not just because we lost a colleague, but because we lost a friend, a brother, and a man who gave his whole heart to public service. Today, we gathered as one house, one family, united in both grief and gratitude. Honorable Romeo Acop was more than our colleague. He was someone who was trusted, matatag, malinaw ang kanyang paninindigan. He did not seek attention, but his presence was always felt. In moments that required courage, he stood firm, guided not by convenience, but by conscience. Throughout his years of service, his integrity never wavered. He served not for recognition, but for the people he believed in. Sa bawat tanong na kanyang tinatanong, sa bawat desisyon ng kanyang tinindigan, ramdam ang kanyang malasakit at sense of responsibility. He reminded us that public service at its best, it's about honesty, humility, and doing what is right, even when it is difficult. Beyond the halls of Congress, his kindness reached many lives quietly. Mga pamilyang kanyang tinulungan, mga komunidad ng kanyang pinakinggan, mga taong nabigyan niya ng mga pag-asa. These may not have made headlines, but they matter deeply to those who received them. Sa pamilya po ni kagalang-galang Romeo Acop, walang salitang makakamantay sa inyong pagkawala. But please, know that your loved one lived a life that truly mattered. His values, his character, his example live on in this institution and in all of us who had the privilege of working with him. At sa aming mga naiwan, may iniwan siyang simpleng paalala. The true service not about titles or power, but about integrity, humility, and genuine care for others. This is the legacy he leaves us. Paalam sa isang tunay na kaibigan at sa lahat ng iyong nayambag. Ito ay laging mananatili sa aming puso, sa aming isip. Paalam, maraming salamat, Manong Romy.
The House of Representatives wishes to present its offering of legislative memorabilia to the family of the late Romeo M. Acop as a symbol of respect and recognition of his distinguished service to the nation. The House likewise adopted House Resolution Number 43 entitled Resolution expressing the profound condolences of the House of Representatives to the family of Honorable Romeo M. Acop, representative of the 2nd Legislative District of Antipolo City. The Secretary General is requested to escort the bereaved family to receive the memorabilia.